All right, people. So I'm here with your Hell in the Cell 2016 predictions video. I really have no interest in this pay-per-view. You know, um, not too much at least. I mean, WWE has taken every fucking ounce of passion I have for the wrestling business, and more particularly, they've taken every ounce of passion I've had for this show, and they have flushed it down the toilet because I have just about none right now. So let's get in. That being said, let's get into let's get into some predictions, guys. Huh? Yeah. So we got Cedric Alexander, Lince Dorado, a fucking guy I've never heard of. Yeah, let's just put guys we've never heard of on the show. Sin Cara versus Tony Nese, Drew Gulak, and Davari. Now it's a fucking horrible idea to put that match is on the pre-show. You know, fuck that. We're not going to review. Who the fuck watches the pre-show? Why even have a pre-show? That's saying we're going to have a show that's worse than the main show. So, no, we're not even going to cover that match. Let's get on to the real matches. Excuse me, I wouldn't consider this a real match, but we got Roman Reigns versus Rusev because those are two terrible wrestlers. But Roman Reigns versus Rusev, who do you think's gonna win here, huh? I mean, it's fucking. There's no doubt in my mind Roman Reigns is going to win here. I mean, remember last year's Hell in the Cell? Of course, they put him over Bray Wyatt. They have him beat everybody. He's going to win, guys. I mean, there's no way Rusev. I have a very hard time believing Rusev's going to win here. So I think Reigns is going to win. You know, it is Hell in the Cell. So even though Reigns sucks, even though Rusev sucks, I'm sure there'll still be some good spots. So I think it'll be a decent little match here. But however, I'm so fucking tired of this Roman Reigns Rusev feud. They're two shitty wrestlers, and if you put them together, it just creates double the shittiness. So just get the fuck out. Get these two guys out of my life. They both suck. Then we have Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins, Hell in the Cell match for the title. I think Owens is going to win because he's only had the belt for a couple months now. I see maybe in a way Jericho getting involved, maybe finding his way inside the cell. But I still think Owens, as I got my Owens shirt on here, is going to win. So, I mean, they've got Owens and Rollins, two obviously talented guys. They've shown their talent over the course of their careers here in this business. And, I mean, WWE has done everything to ruin these guys. Everything to give them no momentum at all. I mean, look at this feud. There's nothing built around this feud. Last week, you have Rollins coming out there, Jericho and Owens, and the promo is about the list of Jericho. I mean, not about how can we build up to the match, make it an exciting promo to build up to the match, which should have been doing over the past month. But no, we're going to talk about a list. I mean, it was just a disaster of a promo, but it's what you expect from WWE with these builds. They don't have any. I keep harping on the fact that you just can't have two guys go out there and say, "Oh, I'm better than you, you suck," and then do a little brawl. That's not a build to a pay-per-view match, especially a championship match, which is probably going to be the main event. You have to have something unique in there, something out of the ordinary, something that makes you get interested in the match, something that intrigues you, that catches your attention. But no, there's nothing controversial, nothing new, nothing surprising. It's just same old shit, same old ordinary shit. I still think it's going to be a good match because, again, these two guys are good wrestlers. It's Hell in the Cell. So then we have Sasha Banks versus Charlotte, Hell in the Cell match. I think this is either going to be a really good match. Maybe we'll get some table spot or. I mean, I'm not expecting them to take 20-foot. Dives off the cell or anything like that. I'm not expecting any extreme hardcore moments because they are, divas and shit. So they're not as durable as the guys. But, I'm hoping for maybe some table spots, some shit like that, some more minor hardcore spots. So I think it's either going to be a really good match or going to do some shit we haven't seen before with the divas, or it's going to be a really shitty Hell in the Cell match. It's 10 minutes long. And maybe will do some hit her with some kendo sticks a few times, or throw her against the cell a few times, and just shitty shit like that. But I'm leaning towards it's going to be a really good match because it's the first time they've done the Divas Hell in a Cell. So I think they're going to pull out some nice little moves here. So I think Sasha's going to win since she just won the belt. Um, I'm not too excited for the. I'm excited for this match. I'll say I am excited because it is Hell. I mean, Divas Hell in the Cell. I mean, it's pretty cool. Never seen it before, so. And I am excited for Owens and Rollins too, even though they fucked up the bill. I'm still excited because it is two good wrestlers and anything can happen really in Hell in the Cell. So then we have T.J. Perkins versus Brian Kendrick for the cruiserweight belt. You know they've done jack shit to get me excited for this match. Really, I mean if you look at the cruiserweight matches over the past month or few weeks, they've all been like 5 minutes long. Their cruiserweight division has no fucking promos between them, really, no build to the matches. It's just two wrestlers going out there and fighting. Although they have a little storyline here. We see this is the thing this is the same thing with Owens and Zayn with Perkins and Kendrick. They've been friends forever, so they do talk about that a little bit, but they should build on it more. Like with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, when they did their feud here on the main roster, they hardly even talked about their friendship in the past, and they hardly built off of that. They should do that more with these two. It would create something interesting. This could be a great fucking thing. Oh, they were best friends, and now they hate each other. See, it takes a real-life element. If you take a real-life element and put it into it, like, remember CM Punk's pipe bomb promo like 5 years ago? That took real life elements and put them into a fucking storyline, and it was great. People loved it. That's what WWE should do more of. Take a real life element of real life friendships and put them into it. Incorporate it into something that's scripted. That's genius. It's great, but they don't do it. So I think Perkins will win here, since he just won. And I mean they have something going too. You have Brian Kendrick's desperate and shit. He's asking Perkins to like lay down from him, and take the pin. If they just would like, what's the word, like, do more with it, do more promos with the cruiserweight division. Have more promos, expound on it. It would be much better, but they don't. They got to get in matches like, oh, we got to get in those Gold Dust R-Truth match, the golden shit matches, and we got to get in the shitty star matches and the Mark Henry matches. Okay, but we got to, but we'll give the cruiserweight division 5-minute matches and no promos. I mean, that's their logic for you. Then we have the New Day versus Cesaro and Sheamus. I would have loved this to be Owens and Jericho, but I mean, that's okay. Cesaro and Sheamus, I mean, it's kind of a, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but once again, they have not done a good job of building to this match. There's no excitement here. I think the New Day is going to win because, they got Cesaro and Sheamus are kind of arguing. I think it's going to be a decent match here because Cesaro is a good wrestler. So, I mean, we'll see what the fuck happens here, but pay-per-view matches tend to be better than Raw matches. And I think the Kendrick-Perkins match will also be a good match, too, because when they give the Cruiserweight division longer wrestling time matches, when they give them more time, it tends to be a better quality match. So, but, I don't know. Just seems like these builds make the matches less interesting and make you not give as much of a shit, but yeah, there you go. New Day will win. Then we have Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. This is just a thrown together shitty ass tag team feud here. Nobody gives a shit about it. I don't. I don't even fucking care who wins, but I think Enzo and Cass are going to win because they are the babyface team. So I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care. I think this will be a boring ass match. Then we have Bayley versus Dana Brooke in a Divas single match. I think this will be a boring fucking match. I mean, it's just a random ass Divas single match. I mean, what the fuck is Dana Brooke doing on a motherfucking pay-per-view? I mean, that's the real question here. I mean, that's the real travesty. Why is Dana Brooke on a fucking pay-per-view? So, I think Bayley will win since she's the babyface as well. I think it'll be, like I said, boring-ass match. And there you go. There's your predictions. So, I mean, I am looking forward to the Hell in the Cell matches, I will say. But other than that, I mean, everything else doesn't really look too entertaining. So there you go, people. There is your Hell in the Cell 2016 predictions.